Most of the time, where businesses ask me to review their ad accounts, I realize most of them are having the same problem. It's a big problem divided in two, and that's why their ad results are not the expected. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Today we're going to talk about cohesiveness and coherence in your funnel, in your sales funnel, in your advertising funnel. So before starting the video, let's define what coherence is and what cohesiveness is. So the meaning of the word coherence is: coherence refers to the state of logical and systematic connection, consistency, and understandability where all parts of something fit together naturally and meaningfully. And cohesiveness means the quality of forming a united whole. So coherence is a series of things that, when placed together, fit naturally and form a whole thing. And cohesiveness is the quality of forming a united thing. So they're two very similar words. They still have some differences. I'm not the one to talk about grammar here, but they're actually very, very similar, and they're very important in our advertising process, especially when doing ads on Meta or Google. When doing our ads funnel, we need to have clear things that should never change throughout the entire funnel. And that is something that sounds very obvious, but there are a lot of business owners which make mistakes in this area. They start with one CTA, and then when you enter the landing page, they have a completely different CTA that the prospect isn't expecting. And the most likely thing is that prospect will close the window because he's not finding what he's looking for. So I was also chatting with my boy ChatGPT about how we should improve our cohesiveness and our coherence in our sales funnel to get better results. And one thing that came out repeatedly was having one ICP, one ideal customer persona. And that's the thing, and it's so obvious again, but most people still make the mistake of they have a specific prospect they want to target with their ads, but then they redirect them to a landing page that's maybe way too general, and the prospect who clicked the ad is now identified with what he finds on the landing page. So let's say that, for example, you have a product that can be marketed to different persons, to different prospects, and let's say you have a different ad campaign for each prospect, but you keep the same landing page to each one of them. So you have specific ads with specific creatives and specific hooks for your specific prospects depending on them, but you have only one landing page with one hook that's way too general. So when a prospect finds himself identified to what you said in your ad, and then clicks the CTA, gets redirected to the landing page, and then sees a general headline which isn't actually pertinent to that person, well, that person is going to feel confused. He's going to feel that maybe you placed the wrong link, or maybe he entered the wrong website, and you're just going to close it and go back to social media, whatever he was doing. And that's a main problem. In that example, you should have different landing pages for each ICP, so each ICP can feel identified and can feel called out in the landing page, in the ad, in the whole funnel. A funnel that's not cohesive, that's not coherent, will make the prospect feel lost, feel unidentified, and the consequences of that is bad metrics and low results. And ChatGPT also repeatedly said this phrase: one ICP, one promise, one mechanism, one CTA pathway. So our ICP is who exactly are we targeting? Our ideal customer, the customer who you love serving, who makes you the most money, your ideal customer. Then when he talks about the promise, it's about the outcome they'll get or what they should be looking for. To make it in simple words, just the offer. Then you should have the same mechanism all the way throughout. You should have the same messaging all the way. You should, if you're using slang, for example, in the ad, keep using the slang in the landing page as well. You need to make everything as cohesive as possible. Make the prospect have a smooth process through the funnel. If your CTA is a demo call, for example, and that's what you're saying in your ad, then when they arrive to the landing page, the new CTA shouldn't be download an ebook, for example, it should be again book the call. They should be able to enter the Calendly, enter whatever software you use, and book the calendar. And that is something again so obvious, but most of us make, because we're thinking about so many things at the same time, we miss these little things that actually plummet our results. So please review your funnels. When you're about to launch an ad, review the CTA, the landing page, and the action you'll take after the landing page to see if everything is coherent, you're having the same CTA for the same prospect. Also, you should have the same core claim in every step of the funnel. If, for example, you want to help, agency owners book more calls. Way too saturated, but anyway, let's just say you can help them book 15 new calls per month. So that's what you said on your ad. And then on your landing page, you say, here's how X client went from this amount of money to this amount of money. You're still doing something that applies to your ICP, but your main claim, your core claim, isn't the same, and your prospect will actually feel lost. So if you state in your ad that you can help them book, maybe 8 more calls per month of qualified prospects, then on your landing page, your headline should also be about that, about booking more calls. And maybe you can state it a little bit differently. Maybe something like booking 3 times more calls per month, but you're still having the same core claim, which is booking more monthly calls. But if you go from monthly calls to revenue, that is a weird change that'll make your prospect feel lost again. And of course, bad results. So your headline, your CTA, and your core claim should always be the same, and of course your ICP. So again, I want to keep repeating this. Please check your funnels as soon as you can. Try to make up some time for today or tomorrow to review your funnels, because we're thinking about so many things at the same time that we don't take enough time to review our funnels and see if they're actually coherent and cohesive, especially our ICP, our headlines, our CTAs, and our core claims. Of course, there are some things which are a little bit flexible, which you can play with and still be coherent, like for example, your creativity, your wording. You don't want to have the same hook over and over again, because of course then it'll be too repetitive. So you can change words a little bit here and there. You can change a little bit of coloring here and there. You can make it more appealing. You can show different types of proof. You can even change the way you face objections, but our must-stay should never change. And again, what are our must-stay? Our promises, our ICP, our offer, and our CTA, our core message. And how can you identify if you're facing these problems in your funnel? Well, an easy one is just to check your CTR and your landing page conversion rate. If you're having good amount of traffic leading to the website, and then when coming to the website the conversion rate is very low, then that may be a clear sign that your funnel is incoherent or cohesive. Also, if you're having too many unqualified prospects or prospects that shouldn't be actually on that call, that may be also a clear sign you're facing these problems. Because of course, if your funnel is coherent and cohesive and you only talk to your ICP with a main offer, with their core messaging, then people who aren't your ICP and aren't interested in your core messaging won't book a call, because it is not pertinent to them. But if you're doing general, then narrowed, then general, and your whole funnel isn't cohesive at all, then some unqualified prospect will definitely go through the leaks. Another thing which you should keep the same throughout is your price. So let's just say you say your price or you don't say your price on your ad and on your landing page. Still, the way you message it and the way you do your wording is based on the pricing. If you're targeting rich people, you're using a different wording than if you're targeting people maybe in a lower economical status. And so in that case, your wording, if you're targeting rich people, should be the same, and the way you frame everything because of the pricing should always be the same, so you don't break that coherence and that cohesiveness. And if you're targeting people with lower status, again, the messaging should be the same and the whole packaging should be the same because of the pricing. then the way you use logic and you set expectations. For example, I'm not a huge fan of setting expectations, but if you do set expectations, then your expectations should be also the same throughout the whole funnel. You cannot say 25 calls, then 30 calls, then 32 calls, then 20 calls, then 15 calls. That's not coherent, that's not cohesiveness. If you read it yourself, you'll be lost. Imagine how lost your prospects would feel if the expectations or the logic around it is not the same. Also, an obvious mistake some people make is that they say they have a specific framework, they state the framework, and then they talk again about the framework, and they don't use the same framework. They change it up a little bit, and that's weird again, because your prospect will feel lost. And then, of course, what we've already talked about is keeping our CTA language identical across all stages. If your CTA is changing in between steps in the funnel, your results will go down inevitably. You can use proof, of course, to make your funnel stronger. Don't forget to use proof that's actually pertinent to your ICP and coherent for your funnel. So always try to run every new change for your funnel through this question. If you're going to insert maybe a new CTA or you want to add some proof to it, you should ask yourself, is this thing I'm doing the most coherent thing I can do for my funnel? After adding this step to the funnel, will everything slide smoother, or would I make it more rough to go through it? Will my prospect's experience of going through the funnel be improved, or would it get worse and more tiresome after adding this step? Try to run everything by that question, by that framework, so you can know if you're making your funnel as cohesive and coherent as possible. Also, a big mistake that some people make is that they are going through the funnel, and exactly midway to the funnel, they start introducing this magic method. So maybe they're helping agency owners get more calls. So they explain their process, explain their framework, and midway through the funnel, when the prospect already has kind of an idea of what you offer and how you can help them, you say that you have this magic method to help them book more calls. And the problem in of itself is not the magic method, is that you didn't use it at the beginning steps. You don't maybe have to use it at your ad, although I would prefer you do it in your ad. You could do it as well in your landing page. But the thing is, you're introducing it way too late, midway through your funnel, and then your prospect will feel lost because he thought he already had kind of an idea of what you offered, and then you came with a new thing that sounds like a different offer, like a different core message, and then the prospect will feel lost. I will say, hey, is this guy doing this, or is this guy doing this? I don't know, I feel lost. And most, especially entrepreneurs, don't like feeling lost. They don't like feeling like they don't have enough information, or that they have an overload of information, and they'll click off on your website, and again, you lost another customer in there. So if you correct these mistakes, what will be the outcomes? Of course, your ad metrics will be better, you'll get more money, you'll have more customers, and also you'll be able to talk a lot more with your ICPs. The better your funnel is, the more calls you'll book, and the more calls you'll book, to the more people you'll talk. And if you're talking to the right people, you can then have this great process when you can make improvements based on the people you've talked, because you're talking with your ICP, and your ICP is your priority, and everything they say is essential. So then you can start this great loop of improving even more. And of course, the most you talk to your ICPs, the most you'll be likely to close those ideal clients. And the more ideal clients you have, the less churn rate you'll face, because you're working with your ideal clients. You're not working with people that's hard to work with, that's difficult to give them results, that's difficult to communicate with them. So having a coherent and cohesive funnel also gives you a better churn rate and a better client retention. And just to close this video, I want to introduce you to 3 quick verses which can be applied to this. 2 of them are from the book of Proverbs. The book of Proverbs is my favorite book in the Bible because it gives you advice on absolutely everything, on business, on personal relationships, on family stuff, on absolutely everything. So we have Proverbs 10:4, which talks about diligence. The diligent people are the ones who will actually make money. And if you're not making time because you think you're too busy to analyze your funnel and to improve it. You're not being diligent, and you'll likely not improve your results, which will of course cause you to be left behind by the people who actually make the time for it and are diligent with their funnel. Then we have Proverbs 29:18, which talks about having a clear vision. If you don't have a clear vision of your funnel, and your prospects don't have a clear vision of what they're going through, they won't have the best experience, and you'll face low metrics and low results. And lastly, one of my favorite verses, Colossians 3:23, which is working for God. So you're not making your funnels for your prospects, even. You're making your funnels for God. If you're a business owner who believes in God, God gave you this business to steward. This is a great gift from God, and it's your responsibility to use it to the best of your abilities and to honor Him with everything you do. And that includes your funnel. That includes absolutely everything. So I hope you like this one. Let me know if you want me to talk about anything else in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.